Shamelessly Arguing with Vegans is a free book consisting of 150 different arguments that are busted effectively, arguments that non-vegans present against veganism. And I'm the author, Swati Prakash. Today I'll present you a message of peace, of kindness, of love, and of action. As vegans, let me see which tarot card comes up. Something has fallen down. As a spiritual healer and a tarot reader, here I am reading a card for you, the Fool. This is the most important card of the tarot deck. So something really major is about to happen for us to prepare us. The Fool means being innocent. We all have been fools. Since our birth, we are in the matrix being programmed like robots. Yes, and we need to unprogram ourselves, to delete all those downloads, to really remove from our mind, body, and spirit all that negative energy, all that heavy weight. The Fool is forever free, lives a minimalistic, vegan, spiritual life. Yes, we have to acknowledge that we are fools and we are in the matrix. Yes, the matrix had us. We are being delivered. We are losing all that was unnecessary, lightening up, going towards a new dawn where we will not be fools any further. After that extremely inspiring message, let me see. What is the argument that I am receiving from the devil? I only eat chicken. I only eat fish. I only eat eggs. See, I eat very less meat. Argument number 98. Yes, I've heard this in one of the activism outreach events in my city, where we show footage on television screens and then have discussions with people. And this happened in another city, actually, not in mine, a nearby one where I had traveled. I only eat very less meat. I only eat chicken. Now, is that just chicken, just a little meat, just some eggs? Some people think that those animals feel much lesser pain because, we're not eating beef. Look, it's not steak. Look, I ate less of mutton and I just have chicken now. That's it. So we're justifying that we are probably causing lesser suffering by not eating those animals that are considered large, or, having those animals that, narrowing down to one particular species so that all the other species are spared. Are we really sparing lives this way? Is that life worth nothing? The truth is, whatever type of animals or animal products you consume or not, it doesn't matter, it's still a life. It's a life form. Even if you consume the milk, the eggs, it's coming out of the life form. You're sucking life energy out of that individual. You're draining that individual out. You are hurting, abusing, and exploiting that individual. They never signed up for this. Whether it's a bird, it's a fish, a mammal, all these are sensitive, lovely creatures. They're emotional beings now. They have a beautiful heart. They are innocent. We cannot justify that just by eating a bird, we contribute less violence. This is again a silly notion. Indians, for example, I come from India, Mumbai and Delhi, and several cities where I've lived. I've seen that some people just have chicken. But they think, we're almost vegetarian, we have just chicken. Well, that's not true. You're not better than a beef eater. They say, we don't have beef. So really, dairy, in fact, is one of the worst industries. You repeatedly impregnate the cow, repeatedly sexually violate her, inserting rods in her, making her pregnant, taking away the baby repeatedly, and then just taking her milk away. Okay? This isn't nice. It's a horrific, horrific truth. Fishing is one of the most violent acts ever conducted. Now, at all times in Britain, I see people fishing. For me, it's always horrible to see it. I always stop by and ask them why are they doing it. Why don't they just leave the fish alone? Look, she suffers on that hook. Whether you're going to eat the fish or not doesn't matter. It's not meant for your entertainment or food. That fish, he or she, we don't know whom we are dealing with here because we don't talk to them, because they're not human like us of our face, but they have their own life, their own friendships and their own relationships and their own sense of dignity, their own body. It's really, really gruesome to be suffocated like that and hurt. Someone close to me once saw a bird being killed in front of him. Yeah, I remember at the churchyard we were walking and he just saw some children pelt stones at the bird, killed the bird, and just stamped the bird to death. They said they're just taking the bird away to eat the bird. My friend called the police. Come here, crime has happened. Someone killed a bird. The police neglected the call, said doesn't matter. These things happen. He was alarmed. The police hasn't done anything about it. Look, the bird died. In front of me, I saw the light go out of the bird's eyes and he was crying. And then he realized, oh my God, I eat chicken. I eat chicken. And how's that bird and how's chicken different? He used to take the pigeons to hospitals in a taxi in an emergency. If they were injured, he wouldn't wait a second. So really, we are nice and kind people, and look what we are doing. We take away lives, even though we actually don't want to. It's not our nature. People in my city where I live regularly go out and throw nibbles at geese and swan. They love the ducks in the pond. Swans are their favorite. I feed swans too. I love them. I love all birds. But they eat chicken, and when you have conversation with them and try to educate them, you really get it very slowly. You really have to talk to people when you walk past the riverside, stop by, talk, and if they are averse to listening, at least tell them that you think this is really wrong. It will sit inside their mind. It will bother their conscience. Every time they do it, they will remember someone objected, someone said, this is wrong, this is evil, it hurts that bird, it hurts that fish. Talk to people. When it comes to not committing terrible crimes of rape and murder, we have to be clear about it, because when you're buying chicken as a dead meat on the plate, that bird was also of farming, and farming is sexual abuse and rape, because no farming takes place without using and exploiting the female's body, and her genitals are violated, okay, to produce babies that are made into meat. And this is wrong, or for eggs, or for honey, or for leather, or for fur, or for any animal product, or for animal testing, or any form of animal exploitation. This is sexual violence. This applies to all species, okay? It's not reserved for us humans to have our rights. The fact that they are small in size, less intelligent, just because you haven't seen them suffer and you just bought something from the shop is not an excuse. So please don't give these excuses. Again, there's no arguing about it. This world is simply unfit for living in by any standards if all this continues. That's what I've written in the back of my book. Please download. It's free and it's educational. Thank you. earthhealingnetwork.com